This big grizzly bear just killed an elk.
Yeah, more.
There's a bear right here. There's a bear right here. You see him?
I'm Casey Anderson. I've been all over the world in the tracks of wildlife, chasing adventure and stories of our untamed planet. From the mountains to the jungle, the opportunity for adventure is endless.
Some neighbor friends of mine gave me a call and sent me some footage, and looks like this big grizzly bear just outside of their ranch just killed an elk and dragged it into the forest. So what do most people do when they hear about something like that in the neighborhood? Most people don't do anything, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go in, sneak into the forest, see if we can find the bear on the carcass, set up some camera traps, and get a little inside look at the life of a grizzly bear before they go into the den. It's fall right now. We know grizzly bears are eating a lot of food. This bear is definitely taking advantage of that. Killed an elk, it's gonna chow the whole thing down. Other bears, other scavengers will probably come to the scene. It's a very cool scene. We're gonna take a risk. We're gonna get in there, get some cameras set up, and share all that footage with you. You know, bears right now are in hyperphagia. They're eating tons of calories, try to put the fat on. And specifically this time of year, bears are very defensive of their food. The food is very valuable to them, so they're gonna do whatever it takes to keep it. So as you approach something like a large male grizzly bear, which looks like this is, it may be apt to defend that carcass and come after you and attack you. So we got to be very careful not to provoke a bear attack. Bears usually hide their food this time of year from other scavengers, and they'll cache it, they'll cover it up, and then they'll go off and lay in the forest and kind of sit there and watch it. So we could look at this location, see the elk, think there's no bear around, but that bear could just be looming in the shadows, watching, ready to defend its food source. Walking up on a carcass is honestly kind of stupid, but we're gonna try to use our brains, me and Riley. We're gonna be looking, watching each other's back. We'll have our bear spray on. What we really wanna do is just slip in there, get the cameras up, undetected, and then slip out. So this is the stand of aspens that the bear dragged the elk into, and you can see right here, this is where the bear cached it originally. Took all this grass and just used its claws to rake up all the dirt to cover up the elk. I can smell it right now, so there might be some stuff here still. I know there's a carcass, I know there's a bear. I'm not just gonna carry my bear spray like I normally do. I'm gonna actually have it in my hand with the safety trigger off, because if something happens fast in here, and there's a real possibility it could, I don't want to be fumbling around with this. I want to be ready to go. So that's the original cache spot. You can see some hair and a drag right here. Actually, it goes that way. See it right there, yeah. You can see it paused here for a while. You can see the leftovers of the guts. So he sat here and ate it and then dragged it across. You can see another cache spot over there on the bank. So this is the main feeding spot here. We've got these two legs, the rib cage. You can see where the bear's cached it, so he's gonna come back. Yeah, these tracks are fresh. Come here. We might have just bumped them. See how the dirt is coming dry underneath the wet. So that bear just walked here and exposed the wet. So like, you see how it's dry? Like that. I just did that at the same time, so this is very fresh.
We take a look on top of the bank to look for the bear, but we didn't find anything. So we head back down to the carcass to set up our camera traps.
I'm gonna set up some camera traps right around here, and we're gonna have front row seats to a grizzly bear at his dinner table. It's gonna be awesome. Nice little low angle shot here, right in his face. So this is a little more of a medium shot. I got another camera right back there. It's more of a wide shot. So I think we got lots of great angles here. This will cover everything. If a bear comes in here, I'm just gonna let these be, see what happens, come back tomorrow.
Throughout the next 24 hours, our cameras documented the secrets of an elk carcass in Yellowstone country. The next day, we returned to reveal what they saw.
We just gotta really scan the area because that bear could be laying anywhere in the zone. Definitely a bit of caching here. Some fresh tracks. But there's nothing left. Looks like everything has been eaten. Judging by what I'm seeing on the ground here, that bear was here this morning, has just left. Nothing's left, so that bear spent a lot of time here. Cameras are gonna have something awesome on it. Let's go check them out. Cameras are all still in position. This could be pretty cool. We don't want to become complacent. We know there's a bear around. We don't know if there's the other half of this elk somewhere close by. There's fresh tracks. Just because this looks like it's cached out, no more, doesn't mean the bear's not going to come back. There's definitely a lot of scent in the air. Other bears could come through simultaneously. So we'll look at this camera, but not keep our other eye looking somewhere else every second we can. Watch your butt. There's magpies and a rib cage. Magpies, magpies, magpies. Bear. So the big bear comes in here. He might have just grabbed this thing and dragged it somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna see here in a sec. He's paranoid. Yeah, he's that way.
Drag it that way.
Yeah, he dragged it that way. It looked like he just grabbed it and dragged it that way. Let's go look. Let's go look before we get too far into this. Follow the drag.
There's a magpie over there. I just saw it flying. Yeah.
There.
Yeah, more.
There's a bear right here. There's a bear right here. Do you see him? He just ran. He was standing right there. And he just ran up the hill. Yeah, it's right here. Carcass is right here. There was just a big bear sitting on it. We made eye contact and then he turned, but doesn't mean he went that far, so still be on your A game. So that bear dragged from the original spot, dragged everything over here. You can see I can see all four legs, ribs. There's a leg, there's a leg. There's a big cache, so there's a bunch of stuff under this right now, underneath this coverage. That bear just kind of scooted off. He didn't run that fast, though. He just kind of shuffled off. But certainly gonna return. Looks like he might have been just laying right there. Probably heard us crossing the creek and then stood up and walked right over here and looked right at me. So, I know it's crazy. We were just walking right over there, and there was right over here was a grizzly bear, and we didn't even know it. So we can go back, grab the cameras. Okay, now we're going to relocate cameras. The bear relocated the carcass. We found him and the carcass down here by the creek in a little blind spot with a bear around, which causes a fair amount of paranoia. I like to be able to hear and see when you're around a bear carcass, and right now we can't do either of them. So we're gonna try to be quick. We know there's more than one bear around here too. He might have been the big bad guy. He just bumped off, so now the second in line's on his way in. When you're in an area it's got a lot of grizzly bears like this area does, you got a food source like this, one bear will do most of the eating while the other bears wait for their opportunity. And we may have just opened up an opportunity for those bears to come in. So we just gotta stay on our A game, not become complacent just because we saw one bear walk away. There could be more around. Plus, that guy could just change his mind and come back and hammer us, so pay attention. Riley's gonna run back to the truck and get some batteries. When you have a carcass like this, it often attracts various scavengers, but one of the greatest scavengers that helps us find these carcasses and actually did indicate where this secondary carcass was, were the magpies. We saw the magpies flying around, so we knew it was over here. But bad news is when the magpies are on a carcass like this and you have camera traps, you're just getting it triggered all the time. There's triggering. And so it wears the batteries out. It eats up card space. So we have to change the batteries out. We had to switch the cards. We're going to take the cards home and look at the footage, but we don't want to leave full cards here just in case a bear comes and destroys a camera, then we would lose all that footage. So these are all things we got to consider out here in the field on the fly. And here I am by myself right next to a freshly cached elk carcass that a grizzly bear killed. And we just saw a grizzly bear go away. So I'm all alone, waiting for Riley to come back with the batteries. And as you can see, I'm making very little eye contact with the camera because I am in the willows. I cannot see that far. I cannot hear that great because of the creek running, so I am just on full scan mode. Just gotta stay on your A game. I can smell that carcass. It's thick. The wind's at my back, so it's blowing up that way. So anything coming in this direction wouldn't be able to smell me. Anything that direction might smell me, but might like the scent of this meat more and continue to come in and try to push me back. So just playing this game of chess with the wild right now. Why? Why am I doing this? Because very few people get the opportunity to be here, front row seats at the dinner table with a wild grizzly bear, and I'm willing to take the risk to get these shots because I think it's so cool. It's also demonstrating that these bears, they're not out here just trying to kill people all the time. We came in on this carcass twice, and the bear just moves away and lets us go in and do our thing. And again, most people wouldn't even believe that. And not every bear is going to do that. That's for sure. I'm not recommending that you do that. Again, this is not the smartest thing to do. I do think it's worthy because we can tell a story of these incredible bears, give you a secret look at the life of a grizzly bear that very few people get to see. And it's going to take some risk to tell those stories, but it's calculated. It's calculated risk. And paying attention, being safe. Got my bear spray, and I'm definitely on guard. Camera set. So this time we're gonna leave one camera a little farther back. It seemed like the bear might have been a little bit nervous the first camera set up, so this time we're gonna give him a little more space. Hopefully he's a little more established here. He'll come back, relax. We'll get some cool footage.
Once again, we head out and leave our camera to document the rest. It didn't take long for the magpies to start swarming in.
Day 3. We're gonna sneak down there, extra sneaky this time. See if we can get our eyes on the bear while it's still in the carcass. Hopefully he's still around. Something dark in the trees there. Wind's at our back. He could be laying anywhere in here. Yeah, he pulled it back over there. The carcass is pretty eaten. I mean, all the way down. If you look here, even ate the muscle off of the lower mandibles there, the lower jaw. The bones are all picked clean. The skin is turned inside out, which is classic. See how the skin's rolled, like you basically, like if you're taking off a sock, how it rolls off the bone. That's what a carcass looks like when it's been fed on by a bear. It's just kind of like rolled back. And sometimes the skin's peeled inside out, just like this. And that's classic of a bear fed on carcass.
The marrow was all cleaned out of that.
Just broke the bone, sucked it all out. Yeah, and it still tracks something to come gnaw on some bones, but on the reveal here, see if the batteries lasted long enough to get the bear. Magpies are back. Oh, bear came back right away. He came in right here. Smelling our tracks. We were just there, we just left. He's a little paranoid of that camera. He's cashing a little bit more, burying it. He must have been just sitting here. I knew when we saw him, he just like barely snuck away. He just probably went right over here and laid down and watched us. Yeah, he's eating. He's got it right there, and he just sat there and ate.
As this big grizzly feeds on the elk, showcasing the harsh realities of nature, it highlights the circle of life. As the bear prepares for hibernation by taking advantage of this crucial food source, we have the rare opportunity to document these moments, and I feel lucky to be able to share these remarkable images with the world.
He must be going after him. This could be some good stuff. Watch. Because, yeah, that's so cool. Right at the camera. So he's being protective of it. But when it comes to us, he's, yeah, he could be, this is where he's been coming in. You can see his tracks. So he could just be laying right over here right now. What was that noise? He could come rolling anytime. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, there's just like
Being aggressive and protective over a food source like this is pretty typical in the Yellowstone ecosystem, especially in the fall. The elk is providing the valuable sustenance he needs to make it through the harsh Montana winter on fat reserves. Approaching a carcass in grizzly country is the equivalent of playing hot potato with a hand grenade. Everything goes well until it doesn't. I don't recommend anyone to knowingly spend time around a carcass occupied by a grizzly, but through these videos that we were able to capture, I'm excited to share the secret life of a grizzly preparing for winter. Minding his own business, eating himself into a food coma, and protecting his valuable prize from the thieves of the forest.
We got some really cool stuff. Some interaction between the grizzly and scavengers. Got front row seats to some amazing behavior, so I think we should pull the camera. But little scraps are left for the bear to eat if he wants. Probably not. He's probably moving off to one more meal, and then he'll be in the den pretty soon because it's snowing out right now.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this rare look into the life of a Yellowstone grizzly. Make sure to like and subscribe for more crazy adventures just like this one.